Live here in New York City, let's bring in Mike Sarraille, a retired Navy SEAL, host of Everyday Warrior podcast, and co-founder of Legacy Expeditions. Mike, good morning to you. Thanks very much for coming in. So, as we just saw, Israel is getting ready to do something. But at the same time, we heard from the White House on Sunday that we, the United States, will not support anything that Israel does to counterattack them. So it sounds like, are they on their own?
I'll tell you what, Netanyahu probably gets off the phone with Biden and says one word: feckless. They probably lost 100% confidence in the U.S. right now, knowing that potentially there's a reset with Trump. Israel has always been prepared to go alone. And there's really two sort of scenarios here. There's the direct attack, which would most likely be against the Natanz or Isfahan nuclear facilities. But Natanz is so far down in the ground, no bunker buster can reach it, which would require stuff. They would require ground troops after that. Most likely is the indirect approach, fifth generation warfare through subterfuge, which is cyber to shut down their comms grid, their energy grid, to make the dissidents rise up. Israel knows this. The Ayatollah in this religious theocracy is on its last breath. And Iran only exists because of the two wild cards in this, and that is Russia and China.
I also saw the militants took over to a military facility like last week. They're rising up within Iran, which is so insane that we're protesting for Iran in America, and yet in Iran they hate their government. But I understand the IRGC has made it clear, if you attack us back, we're going to attack you again from your soil, from our soil. So it shows you the game has changed.
Well, I'll tell you what, the protests, one, I assure you they weren't paying taxes yesterday. My best advice to them is get a job and be a net positive on society. I think it's a sad commentary on society that we're struggling with moral confusion and social deviancy fueled by low expectations and the fact that there is this intellectual arrogance amongst a lot of American people that, you know, they see the world through rose-colored glasses. We've been so safe for so long, it's become entitlement. But the biggest flawed notion is that foreign wars stay foreign. Yeah. This is the closest we've been to World War III since the Cuban Missile Crisis. And there's intel, and this goes to the open border, that IRGC, PLA, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, IRGC all have cells here. This is disintegration warfare being led by China and its allies.
Chris Wray has warned about that. He said in his entire career at the FBI, he has never seen the threats, this many threats, all at once. What was your reaction when you saw them carrying the Hezbollah flags, protesters here in America, burning the American flag, chanting death to America?
It's disheartening knowing that my generation went to war for 20 years. But, right. you know, Ainsley, I say you can't cure stupid. You just can't. And the good people need to really affect this great reset in the 2024 elections. We can't afford any more of this poor performance.
Mike, do you worry about the state of the country when you look at the military recruitment is down? You got kids that I speak to on the street, they don't remember 9/11. Some of them weren't even born. They don't understand. I mean, I saw these protesters with this flag in Lower Manhattan where the towers fell. I just felt like that was untouchable at one point in time. Is there some anguish in your heart as someone that went and fought the war, and then you come back home and people don't even respect that?
If the next generation doesn't feel pride in our country, that's because we have failed them to set the example for them. And quite frankly, you know, I've got a daughter on the way. We just found out.
Congratulations.
So thank you. And it's almost like a wake-up call for me that, you know, when you come back from 20 years of war, you just sort of want to be left alone and build a business. That's what I focused on. And if you don't take an interest in politics, politics will assuredly take an interest in you. And so this baby is now making me wake up that I need to get involved. I need to affect what I can, whether on the local level, the regional level, or the national level.
But on what planet are we all of a sudden on Iran's side? Right. I mean, since 1979, they have been an enemy of America, death to America. They wrote that phrase. And now we're protesting for Iran, a people that just, the Ayatollahs, they just personify intolerance. Everything that these people say they want gender confusion. They want to be able to talk about equality and all these things. Iran represents none of those things. Palestinians represent none of those things.
It's this deviancy. The fact that Israel has become the deviant after October 7th.
The democracy.
It's insane to me. You know, I'll say this. Iran has been our enemy since 1979. The fact that this administration gave billions to them is akin to giving.
And continues to do it.
Continues is like giving money to Antifa. It makes no sense. In this administration, I swear to God, I would love to sit in one of their national security meetings.
Yeah.
Because it's like an episode of Veep. I think they sit around and say, what's the worst idea we can come up with? Let's go with that. It's shocking. Don't vote on politics. Vote on performance for this election, because we can't sustain it. This administration is systematically moving us towards World War III.
Right.
So
well, congratulations on the baby.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sounds like were hinting around that you might run for office.
Oh, no.
No?
There's
You
other
said you're
ways.
gonna get more involved?
Much like Israel, the indirect rep.
Okay, well, thank you for your service.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you, ma'am.
Appreciate you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.